the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys.
What was the private investigator named Steve Fisher found inside David's home when he was given access? The PI reported seeing, quote, items you would expect to find on a farm rather than in a home in the Hollywood.
Following the arrest of David's nearest friend, Neo, authorities swiftly issued a public statement, instantly placing David under intense scrutiny. The official update confirmed that Neo Langston was taken into custody after failing to appear as a witness. Later, reports claim David is now expected to face charges connected to the Celeste case. Investigators believe Neo had been staying in Montana, allegedly attempting to remain unnoticed and completely avoid the entire investigation.
Who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla in that late July before they went short. I can't say who the person, I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting ready for? I don't.
Official records make the situation even more striking, stating, Neo Langston was arrested in Montana under a Los Angeles Superior Court warrant after failing to appear for testimony. Lewis and Clark County now expects LA County to begin the extradition process. Local reporters captured the dramatic moment as it unfolded. 7 officers arrived at Neo's home, escorted him outside, placed him in handcuffs, and transported him directly to a police vehicle. Rumors are rapidly spreading that Neo could know exactly what happened to Celeste. Prosecutors are reportedly hoping he will reveal more when he finally takes the stand. Authorities are also closely examining Neo's relationship with David. The two appeared inseparable across social media, attending house parties together, recreating the famous Titanic pose, and even sharing relaxed, personal moments and photos. Even so, later reports carefully emphasized that none of this should be viewed as evidence of guilt. However, based on Steve's recent findings from David's social media, it remains possible that his friend Neo was the last person driving the Tesla.
I know I haven't posted on his account in a little minute, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, and things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And then it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January and all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now, it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind 2025. Stay prayed up.
Neo has now completely cleared his social media, erasing every visible connection to David and even unfollowing him on Instagram. That decision alone has fueled widespread speculation, raising even more questions about what may truly be happening behind the scenes. At the same time, a new theory has begun spreading, driving the mystery even further. It asks, what really happened to Celeste, and who placed her inside the Tesla? Did Celeste discover or witness something involving David because of his public profile as an artist?
For quite some time, a lot of people were curious as to when she could have passed away. If she passed away at the beginning of 2025, why did she only just start smelling in September of 2025? Well, according to what we are hearing from sources close to LAPD, it seems as if Celeste Rivas Hernandez was actually frozen for a period of time. Freezing up would preserve that for an extended period of time, and it seems as if she was removed from being in a frozen state and put in David's Tesla. And because of that, the medical examiner is likely not going to be able to determine a seal.
Those questions are becoming even more unsettling as additional details continue to emerge. David's case also appears to be gaining momentum following Neo's arrest. Reports now suggest David will likely face serious charges connected to the passing of Celeste Rivas. That is because the grand jury reviewing the case is expected to consider handing down an indictment. Similar reports indicate investigators are moving rapidly after uncovering new evidence. Then came the discovery that changed everything. After authorities located David's second, more secluded rental home, a private investigator revealed something deeply disturbing. According to reports, an incinerator capable of reaching temperatures as high as 1,600 degrees was found inside David's property. That discovery alone intensified scrutiny surrounding the investigation and raised the stakes even further. Owning this type of incinerator in Los Angeles is illegal without a farm permit. That finding immediately captured investigators' attention and pushed them to dig even deeper. As they followed the trail, another claim began to emerge. Authorities now believe Celeste may have been staying at David's private rental home, a location hidden far from public view.
Oh, yo, wait.
Look it, answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer.
Which one? What's good, David? Big fan, mixed family. Bro, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
Are
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all vibes? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
According to reports, David used his primary home for collaborations and public appearances alongside other celebrities, while the second property was kept for quieter time with close friends. That separation is now raising serious questions about what may have taken place behind closed doors. Then there is another video that has investigators examining everything even more closely. It shows David speaking during February 2025, and detectives believe the timing could be significant. Reports state David recorded the video at his second house in February 2025. Celeste had likely been gone for several weeks. Around that exact period, another detail began standing out. Also, during February, he leased a red Tesla and stopped driving the black one.
Of all times for this to happen, as discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by the way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately, the police were very professional, and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate.
What makes the situation feel even more intense is the sudden change in David's position. Early statements from his team insisted he was fully cooperating with authorities. Now, that narrative has completely shifted. It has now been announced that David is no longer cooperating with investigators regarding Celeste's passing. On top of that, police have identified a second suspect, while David himself remains under suspicion, adding even more pressure to an already high-profile case. The second suspect investigators are focusing on is Neo, someone closely connected to David's everyday life. But just as investigators and public attention began closing in on him, a shocking report suddenly started spreading across the internet.
Indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent. What's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
A post falsely claiming to be from TMZ alleged that Celeste was discovered frozen inside David's car, adding that the medical examiner would be unable to determine what caused her death. The claim spread rapidly, but it quickly fell apart. Authorities responded, making it absolutely clear the report was entirely false. Even so, police continued treating Celeste's passing as a suspected case of foul play. Despite the absence of a confirmed cause, investigators made it clear an arrest could still happen. That revelation alone triggered intense reactions across social media.
Transferring these assets in the middle of an investigation as opposed to 2 years ago or a year ago.
Right.
Could a court look at this and say, this was a deliberate attempt to, what you say, concealing assets, and they could breach it, they could pierce it, they could say, even though that you've transferred this into your mother's name, that was invalid. This is a way for, let's say, a plaintiff who sues him, or let's say in a criminal judgment to pay that fine. Can a court look at that and say, even though you transferred it, it's still open season on those property?
Yeah, this is what's so puzzling about this. It is a very basic premise of law throughout the country that you can't transfer assets after the event happens that would otherwise trigger collecting on those assets. So we have rules in different states. Sometimes they're called fraudulent transfers. Sometimes they're called fraudulent conveyances. There's a lot of different names for them. But the crux of it is you cannot transfer assets.
What made the situation appear even more suspicious was where the rumor originated. TMZ initially claimed to have direct sources connected to the case, but the police department publicly rejected the report. That contradiction has led some to believe someone may have been attempting to interfere with the investigation or blur the truth. At the same time, new details have emerged from David's own devices. Investigators revealed that on the night of December 30th and into the early morning of December 31st, 2024, David and Celeste were together in downtown Los Angeles. Multiple photographs captured them in public, placing them side by side during those final hours. Along with those images, authorities also discovered unusual photos inside David's camera roll. Investigators are now examining whether a nearby shed visible in those images could be linked to where the crime may have occurred, adding another layer of mystery to an already complex case. A private investigator has now released what is believed to be the last known photo of Celeste, adding another crucial piece to the timeline. The statement reads, 1 year ago on January 2nd, 2025 is the date of the last known photo my investigation has uncovered of Celeste. It is important to note that law enforcement investigators have access to far more extensive resources and may possess images or evidence from after this date. According to the report, the photo was captured at exactly 5:05 p.m. on January 2nd, 2025. Location data places Celeste in Baldwin Hills at that moment. In the image, she is wearing a designer ripped-style hoodie, but the situation quickly took a strange turn after someone online noticed a possible clue. A Reddit user asked, "Isn't the circled hoodie the same one Celeste is wearing in that picture?" The comment quickly gained attention after a video surfaced showing David the following day with what appeared to be a similar sweater lying on the floor behind him. When officers responded to the call, they were greeted at the door by David's parents, who told them his younger brother and sister were upstairs. By then, public interest in the case had reached an entirely new level. People became so determined to find out where David was that some even urged police to visit his family's home, hoping to uncover answers. The mystery surrounding David's whereabouts has only continued to deepen. No confirmed sightings, no public appearances, absolutely nothing. Even the private investigator working on the case has been unable to uncover any solid clues about where David might be hiding. At the same time, reports suggest David has already begun making quiet moves behind the scenes. After hiring a new legal team, he allegedly started transferring assets out of his name, raising even more suspicion. The most discussed move involves his properties. David reportedly transferred the deeds of his homes to his mother, a decision many believe was made in anticipation of possible charges. However, a legal expert stepped forward and explained that this type of transfer would not necessarily shield him if charges are eventually filed. Then an older interview resurfaced, adding an even more unsettling layer to the entire case. During it, David said he planned to leave social media within 4 years and eventually live on an island.
Yourself in the next 5 years.
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying? Why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah.
You can pull up on everything.
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely not.
The timing of that statement has drawn growing attention online. As some people point out, It appears to coincide with when Celeste would have reached adulthood. That coincidence has only intensified the speculation. Another resurfaced interview is now placing even more pressure on David, doing little to improve his public image. It began with reports of an alleged photo showing David at an anime event wearing a blue wig that looked remarkably similar to one Celeste Rivas had worn in a separate photo. That similarity alone was enough to spark widespread discussion. But the situation became even more controversial when people revisited an older interview where David openly discussed his passion for anime. During that conversation, he mentioned having an alter ego, describing it as someone who commits serious crimes.
An agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself, and it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the
That detail immediately grabbed attention and triggered a wave of reactions across the internet. One comment in particular quickly began gaining momentum. It read, "There are hundreds of crimes he could have mentioned while describing his alter ego. I can't be the only one who thinks this seems incredibly obvious, right?" The comments spread rapidly, drawing even more attention to David's past remarks and adding fuel to the growing speculation. As public interest intensified, some believed David was trying to shift attention away from those interviews. A surprising discovery strengthened that theory after someone claimed they noticed activity on his account, writing, "If anyone is wondering where David is, he's been lurking and playing Fortnite." That claim only pushed the mystery even further, suggesting that, while he may have disappeared from public view, he was clearly not completely gone. People didn't stop at speculation. They began investigating on their own. By tracking his Fortnite account through a third-party website, users claimed they noticed it was still actively being used. According to those reports, the account continued logging hours in the game, suggesting someone was still playing. That discovery hit especially hard for those who had continued believing David might be innocent. Frustration quickly grew as David still refused to release any public statement. Instead, the only visible activity connected to him remained his gameplay.
To clear up, the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was... I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of... It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? He was like, he literally said, I've got it here. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after.
One fan captured the growing disbelief, writing, "There's no chance this would be David's first reaction to everything happening. If he truly knows he's innocent, wouldn't he have responded differently?" That opinion quickly spread as more people began questioning his silence. Meanwhile, investigators in Los Angeles continue strengthening their case, carefully gathering every available piece of evidence. One detail in particular could prove crucial. Footage has surfaced showing Celeste at one of David's concerts wearing the same shoes she was later reported missing in. If that video is confirmed as authentic, it places Celeste alive as late as June 27, 2024, backstage at the event, standing beside David's brother. That timeline could completely reshape everything investigators thought they understood. Look carefully. She's wearing those Hello Kitty sandals. That single detail has convinced many people they are looking at Celeste. Her missing poster specifically mentioned those exact Hello Kitty sandals, and the resemblance feels far too precise to dismiss. If that detail proves accurate, it strongly suggests it really was her at that moment. But then the story takes an even more unsettling turn. Reports claim David was later seen with another girl named Celeste after the original Celeste is believed to have passed.
Yeah, that's orders.
Order. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
People quickly began comparing the two. They noticed the identical name, a similar appearance, and even the same Gap sweater shown in the missing poster. Even so, many insist they are not the same person. That discovery raised a deeply disturbing question. Did David attempt to replace Celeste and present it publicly as though nothing had ever changed? It is a theory that has left many people unsettled. Adding to the concern, an old friend who once worked with David on music came forward, saying David had a history of interacting with fans in ways that felt unusual. This happened before Celeste, but some now believe it points toward a larger pattern behind the scenes. Even David's music is now being re-examined. Titles like Crashing, Where Did It Go Wrong, and Ghost are now being viewed through a completely different lens.
Where'd it go wrong? Ghost. Where did you go? Afterlife.
Then another clip surfaced, drawing attention by showing David at home carefully cleaning a pair of shoes. Some believe they could be the same Jordans Celeste was seen wearing in earlier photos. As the case became one of the biggest stories of the past year, Celeste's brother finally broke his silence, pushing back against the rumors. He wrote, "Why are people saying I knew more? I didn't. So, I don't understand why they're spreading lies trying to make me look bad. Celeste did nothing but love me. I was one of the only people she truly loved. I never knew anything about what happened until the last time she left." This case is still unfolding, and every new detail continues raising even more questions. If you want to stay updated as this story develops, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and tell us your thoughts below. Keep watching, because this story is far from finished.